From the Podwires newsroom at joinpodwires.com.
Good morning, I'm Miguel, and this is Podwire's 5 Things, your quick hit rundown of what's actually moving the podcast industry right now. Today we're covering a $3.7 billion revenue forecast, major award recognition, a blockbuster acquisition, record profits, and something that might change how Wall Street trades stocks. Stick around. Let's start with thing 1. The money is flowing into podcasting faster than ever. According to Emarketer's latest forecast, podcast advertising in the US is projected to hit $3.7 billion by 2029. That's a 37% increase from today. Most of that growth happens in the next 2 years. We're talking 12% growth in 2025 and 10.5% in 2026. Here's what matters. Podcasts are capturing a bigger slice of digital audio spending. By 2029, podcasts will account for over 40% of all digital audio ad revenue, up from 35% today. That's significant market share consolidation. Now, if you're a creator or you're thinking about starting a podcast, this is real money entering the ecosystem. Advertisers are committed, platforms are investing, and that means better production quality, bigger guest budgets, and frankly, more opportunities for new voices to break through. The broader digital audio market is growing too, from $7.55 billion to $9.1 billion, but podcasting is growing faster, which tells you where the momentum is. Let's move to thing 2. Thing 2 is about recognition and legitimacy. The Signal Awards just announced their winners for 2025, and this year's ceremony validated something we've known for a while. Podcasting is a serious cultural medium. The numbers back it up. Over 385,000 votes from nearly 127,000 people worldwide. That's a 126% increase from 2024. Submissions came from the UK, Australia, Canada, Germany, and Qatar. This is genuinely global now. The winners? Michelle Obama and Craig Robinson's IMO, Jon Stewart's The Weekly Show, Keke Palmer's Interview Show, and the Economist investigative series Scamming. Crime Junkie's Ashley Flowers won the inaugural Audio Icon Award for transforming true crime podcasting. Hasan Minhaj won for cultural impact with his show Hasan Minhaj Doesn't Know. Why does this matter? Awards like this legitimize the medium in the eyes of investors, studios, and advertisers. When major cultural institutions recognize podcasts alongside traditional media, that opens doors for more funding, creative freedom, and serious editorial ambition. And if you haven't heard half these shows, now you know where to start exploring. On to thing 3. Thing 3 is a significant industry move. SSRS has acquired Edison Research. For folks who don't live and breathe polling and media research, let me explain why this matters. Edison Research, founded in 2003, is essentially the standard bearer for election polling and podcast audience measurement. They've done election day polling since 2003 and pioneered audio research methodology. SSRS is a major polling and research firm. When they merge, you get one consolidated powerhouse that controls a huge portion of how we measure what people think, how they vote, and how they consume audio. Both founders, Joe Lenski and Larry Rosen, are joining SSRS leadership. It's not a hostile takeover. It's a strategic merger designed to consolidate expertise and expand into digital media measurement. The implication? If you're a creator, brand, or platform trying to understand your audience, this company will largely set the standard. One less competitor in the space means potentially less pressure on pricing, but also more resources and innovation from a bigger operation. This is consolidation. Thing 4 shows that trend continuing at a different scale. Thing 4 brings us back to pure business performance. Audioboom, an independent podcast platform, just reported record results. $20.4 million in quarterly revenue, up 18% year over year, with $1.2 million in profit. Here's the headline within the headline. 13% of the revenue now comes from video podcasting. They acquired the UK's second largest podcast network. Their creator network delivers 135 million downloads and views monthly, and they've worked with more than 10,000 brands. The company has paid out more than $325 million to more than 8,000 creators globally. They're pushing hard into international expansion with a new VP leading the charge beyond the US and UK. What this tells us? Independent podcast platforms can actually be profitable and scale globally without being absorbed by Spotify or YouTube. Video podcasts are becoming mainstream. That's a real shift. If you're a creator, this proves there are multiple platforms with real resources to support your work. The diversity of options is expanding, not shrinking. And that leads us to thing 5. And finally, thing 5, something you probably didn't expect. Podcasts are now feeding into investment trading algorithms. Podchaser, which catalogs over 5.8 million podcasts, including 20,000 business and finance shows, just partnered with Ravenpack, an AI platform used by hedge funds, banks, and asset managers to make trading decisions. Together, they're turning podcast audio into actionable financial intelligence. Here's how it works. Ravenpack's platform analyzes what people are discussing on podcasts, market sentiment, emerging trends, company mentions, sentiment shifts, and packages that as real-time market data. Macro strategists can track economic narratives. Risk teams can monitor reputation issues. Investors can spot opportunities in venture and thematic investing before it hits traditional media. The data is granular. They're tracking speakers, topics, company mentions, and cross-referencing that against other financial data sets. It's being done now, not someday. Why does this matter beyond Wall Street? It shows that podcasts have become valuable enough that major financial infrastructure is being built around them. That legitimacy attracts more investment, more professional production, and more serious journalism. The medium keeps growing up. So here's what you need to know. Podcast advertising is growing. The medium is being recognized culturally and financially. Independent platforms are thriving, and the format is becoming woven into serious business infrastructure. I'm Miguel. Thanks for tuning in to Podwire's 5 Things. Stay informed. Don't forget to subscribe to joinpodwires.com.
That's your wrap. Want the inside track on podcasting? Joinpodwires.com is your next stop. Subscribe to the newsletter for the latest trends and tap into the marketplace to connect with jobs, creators, and brands shaping audio's future. Don't just listen, get involved. Head to joinpodwires.com today.